Okay, good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday, April 14th, 2021. It's a beautiful day. We're going to try to get this meeting rolling so that we can go on and do other things. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Alderman Vaccaro.
Present.
Alderwoman Green.
Present.
Alderman Todd.
Present.
Alderwoman Evans.
Present.
Alderwoman Grass.
Present.
Chairwoman Tyus.
Present.
6 present, you have quorum.
All righty. Our first order of business is excused alderman, which we don't have to do because we have everyone that is here. The next thing we have is the approval of the minutes. Our minutes look like a book. I've printed them out and they come in sections, part 1, 2, and 3. One part is like 42 pages. Another part is like 24 pages. And another part is 13 pages. That's because we had an awful lot of bills that we did. People don't really know what we do. I'm looking forward to the new chairperson of rules coming to me and saying, I didn't understand. So at this time, if people have had a chance to look at the minutes, I'd ask for a motion to approve the minutes of Wednesday, January 27th, which was also continued, I think, to they all say Wednesday, January 27th, but I think we held them over a couple of days, but we'll use the date Wednesday, January 27th as the date of approval of minutes.
I'll make a motion. We approve the minutes as
Second.
presented. Sure.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion about the minutes? If not, Madam Clerk, would you call the roll?
Alderman Vaccaro.
Aye.
Alderwoman Green.
Aye.
Alderman Todd.
Aye.
Alderwoman Evans.
Aye.
Alderwoman Grass.
Aye.
Chairwoman Tyus.
Aye.
6 aye votes.
Okay, the next thing we have is board bills for enrollment and engrossment. We don't have any enrollment right now, but we have several board bills that are for engrossment. And they are, and I don't know why it says none for enrollment.
I'm sorry, Alderwoman, it's some for enrollment.
I mean, I printed them out, so I'm looking at this going, yes, there are. Okay, so I have the ones before me, and I have that for enrollment. So just to make sure you have the same ones, clerk, Madam Clerk, I have board bills. Enrollment. 146, 155, 169, 175, 203, 208, 210, 211, 217, 219, 222, 234 AA, and 236. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we're going to do enrollment first. We're going to start with board bill 146. Take a few minutes. I know we're getting back. Some of us may be a little rusty on this, but if you haven't had a minute to read it, I'd ask you to take a few minutes to read it. Board Bill 146, Committee Substitute. The primary sponsor is Alderwoman Heather Navarro. The purpose of this ordinance is to amend Ordinance 70892 regarding small wireless facilities to prohibit installation of such facilities within segments of the right-of-way, adjustment to the frontage of a parcel in the single family A zoning district. It only makes changes to the such ordinance as codified in section 23.59.040.A1 and 23.59.040.A2. Alderwoman Green, did you have any problems with board bill Oh, shoot. 146 committee substitute.
Nope, look to me.
Alderman Vaccaro, any problems with Board Bill 146 committee substitute?
No, looks good.
Okay, Alderman Todd, any problems with Board Bill 146 committee substitute? Alderman Todd, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yes, it looks good to me.
All right, thank you. Alderwoman Evans, any problems with Board Bill 146 committee substitute?
No problems.
Alderman Grass, any problems with Board Bill 146 committee substitute?
None.
Okay, entertain a motion that we would, what are we doing here? I'll tell you, enroll Board Bill 146 committee substitute.
I'll make the motion. We enroll Board Bill 162 committee substitute.
146
146. I knew it was 146. I'm sorry.
committee
I
substitute.
second.
Wait a minute, let's get our motion right. 146 committee substitute.
Right, I'll make the motion.
I
Okay.
second.
Previous roll.
We have a motion, a second, a call for previous roll. Any objections to previous roll? Hearing none, Board Bill 146 committee substitute is enrolled. And let me make a friendly amendment and say that we pass it out with a do pass recommendation. Any objections?
Right. No, that's good.
Okay, so Board Bill 146 committee substitute is enrolled and passed out with a do pass recommendation to the full board. I'm sorry, I'm rusty too. Okay, we're going to go back here to Board Bill 155. Primary sponsor is Alderman Brandon Bosley. And 155 would establish a maximum posted speed limit of 20 miles per hour for all traffic traveling upon sections of roadways in areas Zone A, single family residential district, B, two family residential dwelling districts, C, multiple family residential dwelling districts, D, multiple family residential dwelling districts, and E, multiple family dwelling districts that are within the area defined in Section 1 of the bill as the Third Ward Residential Speed Limit District.
Looks good to me.
Alderwoman, okay. Alderman Carl, any problems?
No, no, looks fine.
Alderman Todd,
No, I don't have any problem, Madam Chair.
Alderwoman Evans,
No problems.
Alderman Grass.
No problems.
Okay, I entertain a motion that we pass out, that we didn't enroll Board Bill 155 with a do pass recommendation to the full board.
And I'll make a motion. I'll second that. That sounds good. I'll second
Wait a
that.
minute, we gotta have a motion. Who
So,
moved?
okay, well, I'll make a motion. We pass out Board Bill 155 with the due pass recommendation. We enroll Board Bill 155 with due pass recommendation.
Second.
Previous roll?
Previous roll, yes.
Okay, we have a motion and a second and a call for previous roll. Any objections to previous roll? Hearing none, Board Bill 155 is passed out, is enrolled and passed out with a do pass recommendation. The next thing we have is Board Bill 169, introduced by Alderwoman Sarah Martin, Alderwoman Heather Navarro, Alderman Tom Obenberg, and Alderwoman Annie Rice. And the purposes of this bill is to authorize the City of St. Louis by and through the Board of Public Service to accept for the year 20 Missouri Department of Natural Resources Air Pollution Control Program, Volkswagen Trust Government Truck Program, grant of $423,000. Okay, Alderwoman Green, any problems with Board Bill 169? Alderwoman Green, you're muted.
No, looks good.
Okay, Alderman Vaccaro,
Looks good to me too.
Alderman Todd. Alderman Todd,
Looks good to me.
okay, Alderwoman Evans,
Looks good to me as well.
Alderman Grass, any problems with Board Bill 169?
None.
Okay, I entertain a motion that we enroll Board Bill 169 with a due pass recommendation to the full board.
I'll make a motion, we enroll Board Bill 169 with the due pass recommendation.
Second,
Previous roll.
Any objections to previous roll? Hearing none, Board Bill 169 is enrolled with a due pass recommendation to the full board. The next board bill is Board Bill 175, introduced by Alderwoman Christine Engross, and an ordinance improving a blighting study and redevelopment plan for the 2741 Locust Street redevelopment area.
Chairwoman,
Yes.
that is a 175 floor sub.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Okay. The floor subs is up underneath. I look for it to be right next to it, but okay, with a FS. Okay, so yes, it's board bill number 175 floor substitute. Okay, Alderwoman Green, any problems with board bill 175 floor substitute?
No.
Alderman Vaccaro,
I'm good.
Alderman Todd? Alderwoman Evans,
no problems.
Alderman Grass.
No, no problem.
Okay, I don't know what happened. Alderman Todd got booted off or left. Alderman Todd, are you still here? You came home for a second.
Yes, I'm still here. I got booted off. My Wi-Fi went out.
Okay, do you have an objection to us doing previous roll and continuing? Oh, there you go.
I'm fine now. I got it back on.
Okay, I entertain a, excuse me, a motion that Board Bill 175 for substitute be enrolled and passed out with a due pass recommendation.
I'll make a motion, we enroll Board Bill 175 floor substitute out with a due pass recommendation.
Second,
Previous roll?
And yes, previous roll, please.
Okay, any objections to previous roll? Hearing none, Board Bill 175 for substitute is enrolled and passed out with a due pass recommendation. The next board bill we have is Board Bill 203, introduced by Alderwoman Marlene Davis, Alderwoman Tamika Hubbard, Alderman Tom Oldenburg, Alderwoman Pam Boyd, Alderwoman Gwendolyn Evans, and Alderman Jeffrey Boyce. It's an ordinance pertaining to the Central Baptist Church located at 2847 Washington Boulevard, having as subject matter the designation of the property as a City of St. Louis landmark, containing definitions, landmark standards, and a severability clause. Alderwoman Green, any problems with board bill? Did we lose her? Okay. Alderwoman Green? Okay, I don't know what happened. Alderman Vaccaro, any problems with board bill 203?
No, I'm fine with Board Bill 203.
Alderman Todd, any problems with board bill 203?
I'm fine with both bill 203.
Alderwoman Evans,
no problems.
Alderman Grass,
No problems.
Hello, Alderwoman Green. I don't know if she got booted
She
off.
must be off because she's not even on my screen.
Let's. Okay, I'll give her 1 minute and then about 30 seconds. If she doesn't come back, we're going to proceed. I want to give her a chance to come back though. Yeah.
There she goes. There she is.
Hello. We're having fun today. Did you get a chance to look at Board Bill 203, Alderwoman Green?
No, my internet keeps dropping and I keep
Oh.
getting off. So,
That's the only person that's been to my house the whole year. Has been the person who had to come and fix my internet.
well, and I just like upgraded my internet and it's worse since it upgraded. So I don't know what's happening. I've been dropped 3 times now. So.
Well, we'll give you a second to look at Board Bill
Okay.
203.
It looks in order to me.
Okay, nobody else had any problems? I'd entertain a motion that we enroll and pass out with a due pass recommendation, Board Bill 203.
Make a motion. We enroll and pass out Board Bill 203 with a due pass recommendation.
Second.
Previous roll.
We have a motion, a second, and a call for previous roll. Any objections to previous roll? Hearing none, Board Bill 203 is enrolled and passed out with a due pass recommendation. The next board bill we have is Board Bill 208, introduced by Alderwoman Marlene Davis, an ordinance recommended and approved by the Board of E&A, authorizing and directing that Director of Airports and the Comptroller of the City of St. Louis, owner and operator of the St. Louis Lambert International Airport, to enter into and execute on behalf of the city the lease agreement with the Boeing Company AL-176 between the city and the Boeing Company, containing a severability clause and containing an emergency clause. Alderwoman Green, any problems with Board Bill 208?
Nope, looks correct.
Alderman Vaccaro,
Looks good to me too.
Alderwoman Evans, I'm sorry, Alderman Todd,
Yes, it looks good to me.
Alderwoman Evans,
Looks good to me.
Alderman Grass.
Fine.
Okay, I'd entertain a motion that we enroll Board Bill 208 and pass out with a due pass recommendation.
I'll make a motion. We enroll Board Bill 208 and pass out a due pass recommendation.
Okay,
Second.
Previous roll.
there's been a motion and a second, and a call for previous roll that Board Bill 208 be enrolled. Any objections to previous roll? Hearing none, Board Bill 208 is enrolled and passed out with a due pass recommendation. Board Bill number 210, introduced by Alderwoman Marlene E. Davis. This board bill is being introduced to amend the petition of the Olive West Community Improvement District. The district was formed by the city ordinance, City Ordinance 71047, with an effective date of 12/26/2019. The district is comprised of the approximately 32 properties currently owned by a single property owner, Olive West Properties LLC, generally located along Olive Boulevard between Spring Avenue on the east and Vanderveer Boulevard on the west. Alderwoman Green, any problems with Board Bill 210?
Nope, looks good.
Alderman Vaccaro,
No problems at all.
Alderman Todd,
Problem. Looks good to me.
Alderwoman Evans,
No problems.
Alderman Grass.
No problem.
I'd entertain a motion that Board Bill 210 be enrolled and passed out with a due pass recommendation.
I'll make a motion, we enroll Board Bill 210 and pass out the due pass recommendation.
Second.
Previous roll.
I have a motion and a second to call for previous roll. Any objections to previous roll? Hearing none, Board Bill 210 is enrolled and passed out with a due pass recommendation. Board Bill 211, introduced by Alderwoman Lisa Middlebrook. The board bill is being introduced to establish the Clarence Broadway Community Improvement District. The district will be comprised of approximately 34 properties currently owned by 3 separate property owners and will be generally be bounded by North Broadway on the west, East Clarence on the north, Bulwer Avenue on the east, and East Athlone on the south. Never heard of Bulwer. That's a new street for me. I'm gonna have to look that up. Board Bill 211. Okay, Alderwoman Green, any problems with Board Bill 211?
On the first page in the last whereas clause, I think there was a date that was supposed to be put in there
Okay.
of when a public hearing was held. It
Yes.
still has blank and blank.
Or, Madam Clerk, do you know if the hearing was held or is it something to be held? Oh no, this had to be held before this is passed.
Yeah, that's my reading of it.
Right. Can you find out, we can put this aside, and can you have someone find out when that hearing was held?
I sure will.
All right, we're gonna just set this aside for now so we can move on. We'll come back to this. Okay, the next one we have is Board Bill 217. Okay. Engrossment. Introduced by Alderwoman Marlene Davis, which was the board bill seeks to approve a Chapter 99 redevelopment plan and blighting study for the 3601 through 3609 Linda Boulevard redevelopment area. This board bill will allow a 10-year tax abatement at 95%. Ooh. Alderwoman Green, any problems with board bill? What is 217?
Yes and no. So, I mean, something that I think needs to be said is that this bill passed out HUDs before LCRA made action and made a recommendation on this bill. And so this happened in like the reverse order of what the bill actually states. And LCRA has taken action on it since then. And at that meeting, it did pass, although several people on Planning Commission did end up voting no out of concern that this bill passed out of HUDs with language in it saying that it had already gone through the process with LCRA and the Planning Commission that it had not gone through. And well, it has since gone through that process and caught up. I don't know that there's anything to do about that now. And that shouldn't happen.
So what you're talking about is we need some kind of checklist when something says something is passed out, maybe in the committee itself, to show maybe the different LCRA or whoever is doing it to sign off on it so that we'll know that it's been done. So it won't be done in reverse order. Is that something that you're suggesting?
I think that would be a good course of action going forward, because if a bill is saying that certain things have happened and they have not happened, that, you know, theoretically it should not be
Passed.
enrolled or passed because of the break that it is now caught up in that process, but it theoretically should not have passed out of HUDs without that process having taken place.
Okay. But so in this particular item, it is now done correctly before us. It just didn't go through the correct procedure, right? Is that correct?
Correct.
And I think we should make that recommendation to all chairs that they maybe, if there's something that's saying it's already been through some kind of vote, that we make sure that it actually has done that before we pass them out of committee like that. Although I do know sometimes, I will say, sometimes when something is supposed to go before E&A, we have historically passed it and then held it either at perfection or third reading until E&A actually approved it. And I don't know if that was the premise that they were going on or not, but maybe that's not the best practice that we should be doing going forth in the future. So guess that's something we could bring up to our colleagues and see what they say. But anyway, so going forward, besides that, is there anything else that we have?
Nope, that's it.
Alderman Vaccaro, anything?
No, I'm good with it.
Alderman Todd?
I don't have any problem with it. Looks good to me.
Alderwoman Evans?
No problem.
Alderman Grass?
No problems.
I'm always looking at when it's a 95% tax abatement. So because I'm still hearing the school board holding us responsible for those tax abatements. So I'm hoping that this next session, we really look hard at where things are getting tax abatement and TIF, because they make a valid point. Although what I suggested to them, and I will say, is that so then hold responsible the people that are doing the tax abatement. Don't come and close the schools in the 4th ward. She's doing tax abatements, or he, that need to be done. Let's look at places that they don't need to be done and close their schools. But we really got to be more careful about these. And I'm not certain if this one that was really needed or not. But when I see tax 95%, that makes me really kind of take pause for a moment. And other than that, I don't have any real issues. And I'd entertain a motion that Board Bill 217 be enrolled with a due pass recommendation to the full board. Anybody want to do that?
I'll just no, I'm fine. I will. I was just thinking how to put it because it was mixed what Alderwoman Green was saying, but now I'll make a motion that we enroll Board Bill 217, pass out with the due and pass recommendation.
Second,
Second. Sorry.
Previous
Anything?
roll.
we have a motion and a second, a call for previous roll. Any objections to previous roll? Hearing none, Board Bill 217 is enrolled and passed out with a due pass recommendation. Board Bill 219, introduced by Alderwoman Carol Howard. The purpose of the bill is to establish a community improvement district, SID, known as 4350 South Kings Highway Community Improvement District. Before we get, so on page 26, section 3, entitled Background, it says ordinance number and it has a blank in there. Madam Clerk, if you could go there.
What page was that, Alderwoman?
Beg your pardon?
What page was that?
Page 26. It's part of the 5-year plan.
Uh-huh. Under section 3.
I'm trying to see why there's a blank where it says an ordinance number approved a blinding study and plan for this particular development.
Well, I know this is the same address, I believe, in the bill. Let me see.
But this particular bill is to establish a community improvement district. What this is saying is that there was a blighting study done previous to this.
Okay, I can.
So I'm not going to stop anything. So we're going to put that aside because we're also going to be doing enrollment tomorrow. So anything we have to put aside, we can bring it back and get it done tomorrow.
Okay, got it.
Okay. The next thing we have is Board Bill number 222, introduced by Alderwoman Shameen Clark Hubbard, Alderwoman Christine Engross, Alderman Brett Ryan, Alderman Dan Gunther, Alderwoman Annie Rice, Alderman Joe Vaccaro, Alderman Joseph Rhodey, and Alderwoman Marlene Davis. The purpose of this bill is to prohibit discrimination in employment and housing decisions, including without limitation hiring, advancement, and compensation, and discrimination in housing practice based upon an individual. Okay. Hairstyle, protective hair, or natural or cultural hair texture or style. Alderwoman Green, any problems with Board Bill 222?
No, looks good.
Alderman Vaccaro,
Looks good to me.
Alderman Todd,
Me,
Alderwoman Evans,
I don't see any.
Alderman Grass.
Looks fine.
Okay, I'd entertain a motion that Board Bill 222 be enrolled and passed out with a due pass recommendation to the full board.
I'll make a motion, we pass out, enroll and pass out Board Bill 222 to the full board, due pass recommendation.
Second,
previous roll,
Have a motion and a second, call for a previous roll that Board Bill 222 be passed out with a due pass recommendation. Any objections to previous roll? Hearing none, Board Bill 222 is enrolled and passed out with a due pass recommendation. The next board bill I have is Board Bill 234 as amended, introduced by Alderman John Coder, an ordinance authorizing and directing the treasurer of the city of St. Louis acting in her capacity, which may not be true by the time this board bill goes to effect, since the new treasurer may be a female or maybe a male, but at this point it says acting in her capacity as supervisor of parking treasurer to enter into a real estate sales contract to sell 1014 Spruce QOZB LLC Spruce, certain real estate belonging to the city of St. Louis and located in City Block 0434 and generally known as 1014 Spruce Street, authorizing the treasurer and other city officials to enter into a parking license, a memorandum of license, and a development agreement, and granting such further authority to take such further action as are necessary to effectuate the real estate sale contract and containing a severability and emergency clause. Okay, Alderwoman Green, you have any problems with Board Bill 234 as amended?
No, it looks good.
Alderman Vaccaro,
No, I'm fine with that.
Alderman Todd,
no, I don't have any problems.
Alderwoman Evans,
no problem.
okay. And we just have your picture. You need to bring your face, Alderwoman.
Okay, hold on a second.
Okay, Alderwoman
Trying.
Grass.
Nope, no problem.
Just a second. How did I
Okay,
get
we'll
it?
give you more than a second.
Okay. Oh, here we go.
All right, there you go. Your beautiful face. All right, we have a, let me see, where was, I entertain a motion that Board Bill 234 as amended be enrolled and passed out with a due pass recommendation.
I'll make a motion. We pass out Board Bill 234 as amended out with the due pass recommendation.
Second,
Previous roll.
We have a motion, a second, a call for previous roll that Board Bill 234 as amended be enrolled and passed out with a due pass recommendation. Any objections to previous roll? Hearing none, Board Bill 234 as amended is enrolled and passed out with a due pass recommendation.
So I was going to mention, we did get from the clerk the answers for Board Bill 211.
We'll get to that. We're going to the end of the thing, and then if anything she
Okay.
has, will come back, okay? The next one is Board Bill 236, introduced by Alderman John Collins Muhammad. The proposed bill will amend ordinance 71527 pertaining to the O'Fallon Mineral Special Business District to place the ordinance number, date of its approval, and board bill number in the official ballot language, and revise the initial rate of levy to 0.75 and change the election date set forth in section 10 to April 2nd, 2021. Alderman Muhammad, are you here? I thought I saw you.
He was there.
Because this date, well, he can come back and change it. He can pass it, I guess, and then change it in he's gonna have to amend this because April 2nd, 2021 is passed. I don't know if he was here to speak to this or what. So what I'm going to do, Madam Clerk, is hold this over so I can speak to him, because we are going to be enrolling tomorrow. I mean, engrossing tomorrow. So I'm in enrollment. I said engross, right? So this was the last bill to be enrolled. And so I don't know what he wants to do, because the date to have the election is passed. So we'll hold this one over. And the alderman from the 23rd said you had some answers for us for a bill that we passed over.
So yeah, well.
Wait a minute, wait, I'm talking to the clerk.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Terry did email for Board Bill 211. He did insert the date on page 1.
And okay, he updated the Google Docs is what he did.
Yes.
And do you know what that date? Because I'm not gonna refresh my.
I'm gonna say it was January the 20th, but let me double check.
Okay.
It's there now. It says January 20th.
Yeah, it was January the 20th, 2021.
Okay. All right. Just a minute. All right, then I will go back to Board Bill 211, introduced by Alderwoman Lisa Middlebrook. And with that correction, did anybody have any other problems with Board Bill 211? Alderwoman Green.
No.
Alderman Vaccaro.
he's muted.
No problem. I'm sorry.
Alderman Todd.
No, I don't have any problems, Madam Chair.
Alderwoman Evans.
No problem.
Alderman Grass.
No problems.
Okay, I entertain a motion that Board Bill 211 be enrolled and passed out with a due pass recommendation to the full board.
I'll make a motion. We pass out Board Bill 211 with the due pass recommendation.
Second,
Previous roll.
I have a motion and a second to call for previous roll. Any objections to previous roll? Hearing none, Board Bill 211 is passed out with a due pass recommendation to the full board. Alderman Collins Muhammad, you were just there.
He's there. He was, I think he's going on. He's there now again.
I'm here.
Okay, so we were gonna have a meeting tomorrow, so I held your bill just so I can talk to you, do you want us to pass it out and then you will amend it next session?
Hold on, what,
It's the bill
what
about
bill
your,
is this?
this is Board Bill 236. It's the Penrose O'Fallon Special District, which was supposed to have an election April 2nd.
Yeah. What's up, brother? Hey, what's up, brother? Okay, hold it, introduce it again.
So just don't do anything with it, just you'll just wait till next session.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Joe.
Okay, you're welcome.
All right. So the only one we had held then is which one did we?
219,
Carol Howard's bill.
yeah, 219. whatever,
Okay.
219.
And we'll have that by tomorrow. We'll have the answers to that. Okay, now we will go on to,
I'm gonna have to go mobile here on you,
okay,
but I am fine with previous role.
I beg your pardon?
I'm gonna I got an 11 o'clock meeting
Okay,
that I have to be at.
and you don't have any objections to previous role?
I have no objection to previous role. I'll try to take my tablet with me and listen, but it might be hard because I'm gonna be driving.
Okay, the first board bill, so that was the enrollment calendar, and now we move on to the engrossment calendar. The first board bill that we have is board bill number 44, floor substitute, introduced by Alderman Brett Narayan, an ordinance for regulation and control of air pollution within the city of St. Louis, repealing ordinance 68137, approved October 31st, 2008, ordinance 70607, approved July 19th, 2017, and ordinance 71146, approved May 7th, 2020, pertaining to the regulations and control of air pollution and enacting lieu thereof a new ordinance for the purpose of clarity pertaining to the same subject matter and containing a severability clause, a penalty clause, and an emergency clause. First of all, I want to thank the sponsor who is here. If anybody has any questions, he did agree to hold the board bill as I asked him, and I promised him that we would have two meetings, which we are having today and tomorrow, to address this issue. I also did write to the CDA director, Matt Moak, and inquired, as I had promised the members of the caucus who had some concern about how that the contractors were going to be able to finance this. I CC'd all the members of the caucus and the sponsor, and the director said that we could do something like that and kind of gave us a timeline. So, I did spoke to all of the caucus members that I could, and no one else seemed to have a problem with what the director Moak said. And I don't think the sponsor, did you have a problem with it? You need to, did you have a problem, Mr. Alderman Narayan?
Not at all. I'm happy to work on that with you, as like we spoke about previously.
Right. So I think most questions were answered, or all questions were answered. People were satisfied. And so at this time, I just want you to take a chance to look at it. I'm a big supporter of this. I wish I could have put my name on it, but didn't want to put my name on it without us getting everything resolved. But I'm a big supporter because this is something that needs to be done. We have to protect our workers. I told you I have a personal interest in this. My uncle died of mesothelioma. It is he was a 6'4", tall, hardy man, and I watched him waste away. And I know so many other people have such personal stories to talk about this. And so often workers do not know their rights. So I just want to thank you for bringing this and say I appreciate it. And also thank you for working with the caucus and being patient and working through this. And I hope that everybody feels like this is something, especially the minority contractors, that they pick up this, that we get this funded, so that this mandate to have a apprenticeship won't come out of their pockets, but it will be something that will protect everyone. And I just want to thank the sponsor and the caucus for bringing up the concerns that they had. And at that point, I'd ask everybody to take a look at Board Bill 44 under the engrossment calendar and see if you had any questions or concerns. And it's Board Bill 44 for floor substitute, by the way. And it's a long board bill. Alderwoman Green, we lost you again. That update that she got was really somebody sabotage, it seems like. Alderman Vaccaro, are you here? Okay. Alderman Todd, did you have any problems with Board Bill 44 floor substitute?
I don't have any problem with it. Thank you.
Alderman Vaccaro.
I'm fine.
Okay. Alderwoman Evans, do you have any problem with Board Bill 44 floor substitute?
No problem.
Alderman Grass, any problems with Board Bill 44 floor substitute?
No problems.
We're going to give Alderwoman Green a second to get back here. After all this is kind of a kind of letdown, sponsor, Alderman Ryan. You do all of that and then it's like, okay, no problem. But
I'm happy to have it go through.
I was going to say, don't search for any problems, okay? Joe Vaccaro is on the TikTok. He's doing a TikTok video for us.
Oh, is that what this is?
I don't
even
know.
how that
I don't
works.
do TikTok, but you were kind of moving. So I think that we kind of lost Alderwoman Green. So I'm going to take my prerogative and go ahead and move forward and ask that if no other people have problems, that I'd entertain a motion that Board Bill 44 floor substitute be engrossed.
Well, I'll make the motion we engross Board Bill floor substitute.
That's it, because we're going to have enrollment
right?
tomorrow.
Right, engross it. Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Can we have
Second.
a second?
Second.
Previous roll.
Have a motion and a second that board and a call for previous roll that Board Bill 44 floor substitute be engrossed. We have, is there any objections to previous roll? Hearing none, Board Bill 44 floor substitute is engrossed. And tomorrow it will be enrolled, okay? Thank you very much, Mr. Sponsor. Again, I appreciate you.
Thank you, Chairwoman.
Okay, the next board bill we have is Board Bill 209, introduced by Alderwoman Lisa Middlebrook, an ordinance authorizing the execution of a new lease between the City of St. Louis and SCF Lewis and Clark Terminal LLC, a Delaware limited liability company, for a period of 2 years and 7 months, with 1 year and 7 year and two 5-year mutual options for the purpose of parking automobiles and storage and interior receiving, processing, storing, and transloading of cargo and or a warehouse or distribution center for products at 2226 North First Street, containing a severability clause. Okay, the one thing I have a problem with is that when we go, Madam Clerk, to page 3, actually, it's page 42, but it's page 3 of the fiscal impact. There's nothing filled in for the financial estimate of impact on general funds. So I need, I'm not gonna hold it, but I need for us by tomorrow to know if those are zeroed out or if it's something different.
Okay, so we're on the fiscal note of Board Bill 209.
Right. And when you get down to the next to the last page, there's nothing in the
Okay, and then,
financial, right?
yeah. Okay,
So I need for them to send over to us what's supposed to be there. And if it's nothing, we don't like blanks, we like zeros, okay? Other than that, Alderman Vaccaro, do you have any other problems with Board Bill 209?
No, I don't.
Alderman Todd? Alderman Todd?
I know I don't have any problem.
All right. Alderwoman Evans?
No problem.
Alderman Grass?
No problem.
Okay, still haven't got Alderwoman Green back, so we're gonna continue. I'd entertain a motion that Board Bill 209 be engrossed with the caveat that they give us some figures for the financial estimate of impact on general funds.
I'll make a motion, we engross Board Bill 209.
Second,
Previous roll.
We have a motion, a second, previous roll that Board Bill 209 be engrossed with the caveat that tomorrow we have the financial estimate of impact on general revenue funds. Any objections to previous roll? Hearing none, Board Bill 209 is engrossed rather, with the conditions that we placed on it. Okay, the next board bill is Board Bill 226, an ordinance introduced by Alderwoman Pamela Boyd. I was told that she might have some concerns. I couldn't reach her. I'm going to take just a second to see. Now, what I'm going to do is go on to Board Bill 238, and then I'm going to take a second to call Alderwoman Boyd and to see if she did have some concerns. So we're going to skip over to Board Bill 238. Board Bill 238, introduced by Alderwoman Beth Murphy, President Lewis Reed, Alderman Jeffrey Boyd, Alderwoman Marlene Davis, Alderman Tom Oldenburg, Alderman John Coder, Alderwoman Pam Boyd, Alderwoman Gwendolyn Evans, Alderman Dan Gunther, Alderwoman Christine Ingracia. The bill amends Ordinance 67119 to prohibit employers and labor organizations from advertising advertising that individuals of a certain age, race, creed, color, sexual orientation, gender, identity, national origin, religion, or disability are not accepted for employment or memberships, and to prohibit landlords from declining rental applications because they are victims of domestic abuse, dating or sexual violence, or stalking or construing such violence as a violation or cause for termination of a lease, and to allow landlords to bifurcate leases to remove offenders and allow victims to remain. Okay, Madam Clerk, on page 11 of 12, the first sentence says, is a prohibited spelled incorrectly. It should be HIB instead of HIM. Do you see that, Madam Clerk?
Up now.
Which line is that on?
That's the first line. When you get to page 11 of 12 of the board bill, it says number 4, prohibited spelled wrong, prohibited acts.
Okay, got it.
Okay. And okay, and if you go to the last page, page 12 of 12, something is missing. The top of the line is C. If the domestic violence, sexual violence, or stalking is being committed by a co-tenant of the victim, I think that should be a landlord, not AL landlord.
Right.
And then it has to say, not bifurcate, it should be is authorized to bifurcate the lease to remove the offender while still allowing the victim to remain a tenant or occupant in the residence. So after landlord, I think by has to be removed.
We're on page 12, correct?
Yes, the second line,
Okay, so just remove by.
and put, you took the L behind, it was AL, so it should be an A. It was 2 L's. Do you see where the victim of AL landlord, it should be a landlord?
Mm-hmm.
Then it is to bifurcate or authorized to bifurcate. That's what it's, something is missing in there. If the domestic violence, sexual violence, or stalking is committed by a co-tenant of the victim, a landlord is authorized to, is what should be in there.
Okay.
So that, okay. Okay. Oh, I see we got Vice Chair back. You should call that guy or female, whoever did that.
I'm on my phone now because my computer will not, my computer will not connect.
Now, so now this is what I'm telling you, I was going through the other day, only worse, okay? Okay, so we're on Board Bill 238. Alderwoman Green, do you have any problems with it? Can you even look at it?
Yes, I have that up. I just can't get Zoom to connect on my computer. So with those corrections, the rest looks good to me.
Okay, and our resident TikTok client, Alderman Vaccaro,
I'm fine with it. I can't really look at it, but I'm going to depend on Alderwoman Green's looking at it.
It's a lot of pressure.
I know. Well, don't mess it up now.
You missed him. He was doing a TikTok dance, so you missed it. He didn't even know he was doing it. Alderman Todd, do you have any problems with the board bill?
Looks good to me.
Okay, Alderwoman Evans, do you have any problems with board bill 238?
No problem.
And Alderman Grass, any problems with board bill 238?
Nope, none.
Okay, then I entertain a motion that board bill 238 be engrossed with corrections.
I will make a motion to engross board bill 238 with corrections.
I second.
Previous roll.
We have a motion, a second, and a call for previous roll that board bill 238 be engrossed. Any objections to previous roll? Hearing none, board bill 238 is engrossed. I'm going to take about a 4 or 5 minute break to call the Alderwoman from the 27th. I had a conversation with the clerk this morning, and I tried to get her. I'm going to try one more time because he said she may not want this to go forward. So if we could just take about a 5 minute break, then we'll be done. So I'll be right back. I'll try to make a call to her.
Okay, I am going to have to leave at 11:45.
Oh, we're going to be done. This is the last thing. So I'm just going to call her for a few seconds, okay?
Okay, all right.
Okay, I'm back. Alderwoman Boyd called me. Okay, is everybody back here? Alderwoman Boyd called me and she's going to hold it over. So Alderwoman Evans, are you still here? Okay. Okay.
Yep, I'm here.
All right, we're waiting for your beautiful face. There you go. Alderwoman Evans called me and said that she wants to hold her bill over to next session. She has some corrections. So that
No,
means—
I didn't. No, I didn't.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, yes, you did. Don't correct the chair. Don't make the chair look bad. That was Alderwoman Evans, even if it was Alderwoman Boyd. Okay, Alderwoman Boyd called me. As soon as I said I was going to call her, she was watching us, and she said she's going to hold board bill 226 over until next session. So she didn't want us to proceed with that. So with that, I think we are complete with our agenda. Okay.
I will see everybody tomorrow then. I'm going to jump off.
Okay, so anybody else have anything else? That Alderman Gunther, you're here. Did you? He's gone. Did you have anything that you wanted to bring forward to the committee?
Nope, just listening. Thank you.
Okay. What about you, Alderwoman Shameen Clark Hubbard?
No, I was just listening. Thank you.
Okay. All right then. Well, then if we don't have anything else before us, I'd move that we adjourn. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, I'll see you here tomorrow at 11, not 10, all right?
Okay.
All right, thanks a lot. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.